Hello, Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, council members, and members of the public. This is Michael Skinner, Homeless Programs Administrator with the Housing Department. The item being presented to the City Council is the Oxnard Navigation Center Operating Agreement with Mercy House for fiscal year 2025 to 2026. Looking at some of the history of the operations of the shelter, since January 2019, the city has operated a 110-bed, 24-hour-a-day shelter, providing a safe place to sleep, shelter from the elements, meals, sanitation, and case management services for individuals experiencing homelessness at the former National Guard Armory site at 351 South K Street. After being operated directly by Housing Department staff for 5 months, in June of 2019, the City of Oxnard, in a joint effort with the County of Ventura and City of Ventura, procured the nonprofit Mercy House to manage the shelter and navigation center operations. The City Council has approved annual operations agreements with Mercy House since July 2019. The current agreement will expire on June 30, 2025. On March 30, 2021, the City Council approved a disposition and development agreement related to the development of Casa de Carmen, which includes more than 50 permanent supportive housing units and a 110-bed overnight homeless shelter and navigation center. Casa de Carmen is expected to open by September 30, 2025, at which time the shelter's operations will transition from K Street to a permanent location at Casa de Carmen. Mercy House has performed well in its duty to serve the homeless population in Oxnard. The scope of services of the city's agreement with Mercy House generally includes providing a safe, secure, and dignified space in which the basic needs are met for vulnerable individuals experiencing unsheltered homelessness, with stabilization and transition to permanent housing set as priorities. Mercy House also provides access to daily meals, hygiene facilities, and transportation services. To ensure consistency with the City of Ventura, who also contract with Mercy House for shelter operations, and to ensure best outcomes for shelter clients, the proposed agreement includes performance measures and incentives for pay. For fiscal year 2025-2026, the not-to-exceed total for the annual operating agreement is $3,355,407.75. This total represents a significant cost savings from the $4,066,990 not-to-exceed budget for shelter operations for fiscal year 2024-2025 approved by the City Council on June 27, 2024. The operating costs for fiscal year 2025-2026 will be financed under a cost-share agreement with the County of Ventura. An amendment to the cost-share agreement, agreement number A8462, is set to be brought to the Ventura County Board of Supervisors for approval in June 2025 and before the City of Oxnard City Council on June 17, 2025. As described below, the county's cost share for fiscal year 2025-2026 is an amount not to exceed $1,635,703.87, and the city's cost share for fiscal year 2025-2026 is an amount not to exceed $1,719,703.88. Shelter operations costs will be shared between the city and the county, as well as a $70,000 budget for furniture, fixtures, and equipment expenses for the Casa de Carmen shelter site. The agreement funds $63,000 of temporary costs exclusive to operations at the temporary K Street site. These costs include the rental of outdoor restroom, laundry, and shower trailer facilities and will be funded by the city. The agreement also includes a contingency budget of $21,000 in the event of an unexpected construction delay, preventing the shelter's move to the Casa de Carmen site by September 30, 2025. These funds would be utilized to pay for the aforementioned temporary costs of the rental of outdoor restroom, laundry, and shower trailer facilities for the month of October 2025 and would be funded by the city. This brings the not-to-exceed total amount of the agreement to $3,355,407.75. This not-to-exceed cost of $3,355,407.75 will be funded as follows: a $1,677,703.88 obligation from the City General Fund as part of the 2025-2026 proposed city budget, existing available city funding of $42,000 of permanent local housing allocation funds, which was previously approved on July 30, 2024 for navigation center operations, and County of Ventura anticipated funding of $1,635,703.87 for the city's cost share agreement with the county. Therefore, the recommendation is that the City Council Approve and authorize the mayor to execute a one-year agreement with Mercy House for the provision of shelter and navigation center operations in fiscal year 2025-2026 in the amount not to exceed $3,355,407.75. This concludes the presentation. Thank you for your time.